Guess who's coming to dinner? A zombie. You're watching Beyond the Triller's review of Warm Bodies.
Be dead. It's too much.
This is a corpse infected with the plague. It is uncaring, unfeeling, incapable of remorse.
I don't understand, but he's changing, and he feels, and he's learning to be human again.
Oh my God, is that him?
Yeah.
Yes, as we become an increasingly unprejudiced society, Hollywood reaches into the afterlife to find the taboo. Thus, Warm Bodies, where our star-crossed lovers are a surprisingly hot zombie and the daughter of the leader of the human resistance. And since the recent romance of a vegetarian vampire and a unique human outcast turned into a box office and cultural phenomenon, obviously Summit Entertainment is hopeful that lightning can strike twice. However, while Warm Bodies and Twilight are both unlikely horror genre romances, they are so on very different scales. Twilight was a series of books that came with an already intact rabid fanbase, while Warm Bodies is based on a singular novel that leaves no real room for a sequel, much less a franchise. That's why the smart money is on The Host, also written by Stephenie Meyer, to inherit the Twilight mantle. But Warm Bodies director Jonathan Levine, who cut his directorial teeth on 50-50, is also smart. He understands the limitations of his own movie and its strengths. I got the chance to talk to him on the red carpet last week, check out the video here, and he talked about how he's drawn from John Hughes and other 1980s teen flicks to make Warm Bodies. Indeed, R does everything but hold a boombox over his head. But is Nicholas Hoult the next John Cusack? He's the kid from About a Boy all grown up, and while he took a short indie detour with A Single Man, overall he's taking the Sam Worthington route to movie stardom by racking up blockbusters. He's Beast in the X-Men First Class movies, he'll star in Jack the Giant Slayer this spring, and he also has a role in the upcoming new Mad Max movie where Tom Hardy takes over for Mel Gibson. Like Hardy, Hoult is also British and was able to transition from child actor to teen actor thanks to his role in the racy UK television drama Skins. As for R and Teresa Palmer, she's already tried to jump to the big leagues with The Sorcerer's Apprentice and I Am Number 4. Will the third time be the charm? And will the 1980s edge give Warm Bodies some much-needed crossover appeal and charm? Or will the 3 decades-old references go over the heads of the target teen audience? This is a John Hughes zombie movie, but pay attention to the order in which I said that. This is a John Hughes movie first, a zombie movie second. And you need to keep that in mind when you go to see it. If you're a big zombie fan, little things in this film are going to frustrate you. For instance, they never give you an origin story for how everyone turned into zombies. And you're going to maybe be a little annoyed by the resolution of the film because basically the only thing that could have turned everyone into a zombie based on the logic of the film is like a witch's curse. It's a lot like, it reminds me a little bit of like Sleeping Beauty, you know, the spell cast on a Princess Aurora. But you know what? It doesn't. I don't think it needs to be, ever gone into because that's not what the movie's about. The movie is this really clever idea of a zombie falling in love, and I think that they make it make sense. And the only way they could make it make sense without going into necrophilia, so you understand where they were coming from. But the reason the movie works, I think, is not only because director Jonathan Levine does such a good job emulating John Hughes movies, and you could argue that he never goes really beyond emulating them to create his own piece of work, so it's almost always a shadow of John Hughes films and doesn't really stand on its own. But where it does stand on its own, and what really I think makes this movie fantastic, is the performance by Nicholas Hoult. I get somewhat concerned that, like a John Hughes film, this is going to be discovered by audiences outside of theaters, after it's run either on demand or when it airs on television or DVD. But so I wouldn't say that Nicholas Hoult's turn here is going to be star-making because I don't know if it's going to have that kind of audience. Hopefully I'm surprised because I think his performance does deserve that kind of attention, but he's just fantastic. He's helped by the makeup that they give him, but his performance is really good. He does a fantastic job, I think, of balancing between having to be a romantic lead and also having to be a character that male audiences can relate to and like, and also fulfilling the zombie role. When I was on the red carpet, I talked to him about his zombie run, which is just really well done. I mean, it's just perfect because it's zombie-like, it's comedic, it's endearing, and it's that kind of dedication I think is very impressive. I think you get a lot of actors today who make these genre films, these high concept films to try and get the high box office numbers on their resume, but they don't like doing it. Like for instance, Robert Pattinson, famously hates playing Edward in the Twilight films, and I think that shows on screen because he doesn't give it his all. He wishes he were somewhere else. But Nicholas Hoult wants to be here. He wants to be playing R. He wants to deliver a home run, and I think that he does. He's by far and away the best part of the film. And if it's not an immediate star-making turn, I think this is where a lot of American audiences are going to discover him and start keeping an eye out for his work. So he did a really fantastic job. So I would say, so like I said, just like this is going to be discovered outside of theaters, I don't know if this is a must-see in theaters. I think when you do see it, wherever you do see it, you're going to like it. So I would see it at some point. However, I would like to add that you would be hard-pressed to find a better Valentine's Day movie. So I think this is coming out at the perfect time, and I think this is a film that both the women are going to enjoy, and also guys, when you take your girlfriend to see this, I think you're going to have a good time too, and get some major points. This isn't like Twilight, which is very, very specific. I think this is a film that anyone can enjoy. It's very sweet. And you might find yourself buying it or turning it on whenever it's on television, like a good John Hughes movie. So those are my thoughts on Warm Bodies. If you've seen it, leave your thoughts down below. And thank you for coming to Beyond the Trailer, not just for movie news, trailers, trailer reviews, and audience reviews, but also sometimes reviews from myself. And thanks to everyone who asks for those. I appreciate it. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you online. Bye.